welcome to the highlights from round 8 of the Tennent's Women's Premiership and National Leagues. So far this season has been full of twists and turns and many entertaining games, and this weekend was certainly no different. Our featured game comes from Hillhead, where Hillhead Jordanhill hosted Stirling County.
After Skye Fimister got the first points on the board for Stirling County, Rachel Shankland was next to add to the visitors' tally as she weaved her way through Hill's defence from beyond halfway to score in the left corner. The winger converted her try to take the scores to 0-12. But Hills were eager to respond, and the hosts made the most of their position deep in County's 22, where winger Amy Watson bended off the defender to dot the ball down in the corner. The next score came from this Hills penalty, where Stirling kept the ball in play just beyond the 10-metre line, where the other Hills winger, Brogan Carberry, gathered the ball and crashed over the whitewash to narrow the deficit to within 2 points at half-time. Stirling came out the blocks determined to claim the first points of the second half. Once again, it was Rachel Shankland who was able to dart her way through the defence to score for the visitors. Another try for County soon followed. Running a hard line through the defence, standoff Katie Ainsworth took the action from shy of halfway deep into Hill's territory before being brought down. Keeping the ball secure, County took the play down the right wing, where Watson was able to offload the ball to hooker Aitcha Sutcliffe for their bonus try point. A fifth Stirling try was on the horizon as they worked their way deeper into Hill's 22. With Shankland drawing the defence in, it left Skye Fimister open to score again. Stirling's final try of the match came from this penalty deep in Hill's 22. Hills were able to fend off two strong attempts from County to crash over the line, but with the defence sucked in, a gap was opened right and Rachel Cox powered her way over the try line. Rachel Shankland went on to convert. Whilst the hosts were down, there was still fight left in them, and they were able to squeeze a third try out of the game, utilising their forward pack to drive over the line. The full-time score was concluded 15-34. There were two other games this weekend. On Saturday, it was a dominating victory for Corstorphine Cougars as they put 60 points past Geary, who were unfortunately unable to get on the scoreboard themselves. And on Sunday, it was a first win in 4 games for last year's champions Watsonians as they got back on track for the playoffs with a 45-17 victory over Cartha Queen's Park at Myerside. Let's take a look at the table now. And Stirling County remain on top after a win at the weekend, with Cougars close in second place. Watsonians jump into third with their win, overtaking Heriots, who had a bye week. Hillhead drop out of the playoff spots, and Cartha remain 5 points off 4th place. Geary are still searching for their first points. In round 9, there are 2 games on Saturday, with an Edinburgh derby on the cards, as Watsonians host Heriots Blues at Myerside, whilst Cartha Queen's Park look for their first win in 5 games when they host Stirling County. And in Sunday's game, it's another home tie for Hillhead Jordanhill as they welcome bottom of the table Geary to Hillhead. All games kick off at 2 p.m. In Tennent's Women's National 1, it was a big victory for Ayr as they handed Biggar their first loss of the season with a final bonus point victory of 34 points to 17. At the other end of the table, West of Scotland were valiant in their efforts but fell short to a powerful Broughton team. Final score 48-34. Stewartry were awarded a 28-0 win victory as Howe of Fife were unable to field a team. Stewartry remain on top of the table with 5 wins from 5, with Biggar just 4 points behind them. Ayr move into 3rd, while Broughton now move above West of Scotland into 5th place. Looking at next week, it's a clash of the top 2 as Stewartry and Biggar meet at Hartree Mill. Elsewhere, Broughton face Ayr and Howe of Fife host West of Scotland. All games kick off at 2 p.m.
So whilst we're approaching the business end of the season, it's still all to play for as our teams fight it out for a coveted space in the playoffs. Join us next week as we review all the action from round 9 of the Tennent's Women's Premiership and the latest action and results from the National League. Don't forget, you can also catch Scotland women in action in their final World Cup pool game against New Zealand this Saturday live at 4:45 a.m. on STV and STV Player. See you next week.